I didn't see. Did you send it to me on the computer or something?
Yeah, well, I don't know how it works, but once I hit record on my screen, it says requested from you.
Oh no, no request comes on my end. Your verbal request was the request.
Okay.
So we're officially recording the session. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up some things here, and then we're going to get right into it. I just want to find what I want to share with you guys today. All right, so give me 1 minute. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to talk about some Forex basics. Again, some of this may be just a little redundant, so bear with me here as well. All right, so I'm not going to assume that everybody knows what Forex is and some of the basics that you're going to get in the IM Academy as well. But we also just want to kind of lay some foundation for you as well, and then we're going to kind of do a dive into some of the products as well. So what is Forex? Forex is a foreign exchange, right? So it's just transacting one currency for the other. That's basically what it is. It's trading one for the other. So really what we're doing, we're teaching people how to trade countries' economies. That's basically what we're doing. And so you can buy in the market, you can sell, you can buy a currency, sell a currency, within the same hour, within the same 15 minutes. You can do a buy and sell, which we call hedging. So you'll get a chance to learn that as well. And the reason why I say that is because some people come from the stock world and only think when they think of buy, the only thing you can buy and make profit when you buy. No, you can make profit when you sell as well. And so we're gonna show you that as well. So guys, listen, every single day, I want you to have the mindset. We have the ability to carve out our piece of the $6.6 trillion a day market. You heard my wife just share her testimony, just being patient. One of the things that we decided to do is that we're going to start our account from a small amount and just work on developing the emotions and the skill to make sure that we don't over leverage. And we're going to talk about that because, ladies and gentlemen, once you understand risk management and you understand not over leveraging, you will never blow an account. And my goal as your senior business partner, or one of your leaders in the company, is to provide information for you and to help you protect your money. Right? We want you to be a person that becomes a professional withdrawal from your account and not a professional funder of your account. Okay, so that's why we're going to talk more about this and just talk to you more about risk management. So Forex, the advantage to trading Forex is that it's leverage. You can leverage trade on margin. You can now leverage more money from the broker with a little of your money at risk. So you got small commissions. Commissions may vary from whatever broker you choose. When you execute a trade, the broker will take a piece of commission from whatever size risk that you take. Low transaction cost. There's no fixed trade or risk size. You control this. You will control 0.01 is 10 cents per pip. 0.10 is $1 per pip, and that's how we measure the movement of currency in the market. And then 1.0 is a standard lot, which is $10 per pip, right? So and we'll talk more about that. Low account size startup. You can start your account with as little as $10. Each broker vary. A lot of people think you have to start with large sums of money. You do not, right? You can start with a small amount of money and then grow it. It may take a little longer when you start with that size of account, but you can still grow the account. You heard Marlene said I gave her 70-some bucks, right? I had sitting in an account and I transferred it over to her. She said, that's all I need. I don't need you to put, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. No, give me what's in that account. I gave her $78, $79 and she grew it, right? So years ago, that wasn't enough, right? We had to put some 5 figures in there, but we now have learned how to just, be patient. 5.5 days a week, 24 hours a day, the market is available to you. So leverage is what it's all about. We're getting a chance to control large amounts of money. If you don't understand leverage, if you've ever bought a home, right, or you buy a car, when you go and put your money down on that car, you're leveraging the other dollars. You're leveraging the other dollars and you're paying out for it on a monthly basis. You're only putting down a small percentage, right, to walk out of that dealership with the car. So that's what you would call leverage. It allows you to keep your risk management tight. And you can get in and out of a trade at any time. So beautiful. These are the sessions. The beautiful thing about the world of Forex, there's different markets. Most people only know about the New York Stock Exchange, which does about 22.2 billion that you saw in the earlier slide, but you're talking about 6.6 trillion a day. And so depending on your lifestyle, you know, what takes up your day, what takes up your time, you may have to decide which sessions will appeal to your best times for trading, when you have the best energy, you know? And so I just use George as an example. We've been spending some time talking. You know, George has a very high demand profession. And so the best time for him probably to trade, if he doesn't want to get up on the London session before he goes into his office, right? He'll have to trade on the Sydney and Tokyo session, which is a very profitable time to trade as well, right? As long as you're trading pairs within that time frame, it is a very profitable time to trade, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And so and you have some overlap. A number of people would like trading in the New York session when the London session and New York session overlaps, because they can trade pairs like the GBP, USD. They can trade GBP, CAD. Those are US pairs that's tradable. They can trade gold as well. So these are the session times. These are your major currency pairs, and they got some names. So if you're listening on MSNBC or some of these news channels, they say the yen, the franc, the dollar, the euro, you now know, what countries they stand for, and then what their currency symbols are as well here also, okay? So some parameters of a trade setup. We talked about the currency pair. So you may hear some slang like GU or UJ, or we'll say gold. We don't necessarily say XAU, USD. You'll hear GCAD. See, what we're talking about the GBP pairs, US dollar versus US dollar. How many US dollars is it going to take to buy one Great Britain pound? That's basically what you mean. That changes all day long, or maybe when you leave out of the country and come back in, that exchange, the value changes. So buying means that you want the market to go up in price. So I want you, the best way for me to learn it when I was thinking about it was buy means north, sell means south, right? And I could be going north and south in a trade at the same time. I could execute one trade in the northbound. I can execute a trade for southbound. And so that's your buy and sell. So you're going to buy low, try to buy down here. When it moves up, you want to get out of that trade, take profit, or you can close the trade out. If you're selling, which means that you're looking to profit, you're just looking for that trade to move in a southward direction. You say sell, it moves south, you get to a point, you can close it out and you profit. The space in between here is your profit, right? So you'll learn more about that. So entry price is where you get in the trade, right? We call that EP. So if I send out a trade and I say market execution, which means get in the trade right here where market price is. And I may send it as EP, which means entry price. Stop loss, you'll see that as SL a lot of times in trades, which means, hey, listen, if this trade moves in an unfavorable direction, I'm protecting my account and let it hit. So today, I've become more of a skilled trader. So all of my new traders, I want you to listen and listen good. Write this in big letters. Every time you press a trade to buy it or sell it, make sure you put a stop loss in. Whatever that stop loss is supposed to be, that's given to you by myself or other traders on the platform. It's all about preserving your account, right? When you trade, most people think you trade to make profit. Yes, you're going to make profit, but when you hit that button to execute a trade, you're thinking about, what am I risking here? How much money can I lose? And you will set your risk according to what you're comfortable with in terms of your risk and your style of trading. Hope that makes sense, all right? So take profit. The market price is when you're going to exit the trade, and we typically put that as TP. Now, parameters of a trade. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the harmonic scanner. I put these here because a lot of times I talk about this slide in relation to the harmonic scanner itself, all right? And I think I'm gonna do that, just to kind of take care of two birds with one stone. All right, I'm going to bring up the harmonic scanner, right? And I'm going to do a new share. Hopefully it comes up. The harmonic scanner has been kind of acting up. This is not the time for the harmonic scanner to act up, right? Come on, baby. Woo, there we go, right? So if you notice here, over here, it gives us the entry, the take profit, and the stop loss. It tells us where that's set. When I see T, the letter E, the letter S, TES, that lets me know that this is a buy trade, right? That's how I teach new people to look at that. So if you look over here, TES, TP, entry point, stop loss, that lets me know from the harmonic scanner that this trade is a buy. I'm looking to get in this trade as a buy. If I see the symbol, the letters SET, I know that is a sell. So let me show you what that means from the harmonic scanner perspective. If I go down here and look, bring up maybe find a trade that's moving in another direction, right? If you notice that the S right here.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt, but is there? Are you in the soon? You're going to go in and show us where to find the harmonic scanner.
Yep, I'll show you that as well. Good question.
Okay.
Good point. Good point. Okay.
So that way we can kind of like follow along with you.
Absolutely. So thanks for bringing that up, Nev. So I'm going to exit out of here. Right. Sometimes when you train so much, you forget just the basic stuff. So what you would do in your browser, you would type in HARMONICS.IM, which stands for the harmonic scanner, right? Click on that. It's going to bring that up, and you're going to use your IM username and your IM password to log in, just like you would into your back office. And you click on that, and it's going to bring up the harmonic scanner. Now, I'll talk a little bit more in depth about that. Right now, I just want to kind of help you to understand when I do start working with the harmonic scanner, what am I looking for to tell me, is this scan a buy scan or is this scan a sell scan? All right. Now, when you look at this, there's multiple brokers. Whether you're trading Hugo's Way or whether you're using Trader's Way as a broker, it doesn't matter, right? All the brokers you can get scans from. Right, and those scans, those trades, those currency pairs are going to be the same for you and your broker that you're trading, whether it's in your demo account or your live account. So although my broker is Hugo's Way, I look at trades in Trader's Way, FX Choice, and scans. Okay, so notice what I was saying earlier is that in this trade right here, the stop loss is above, the entry is below the stop loss, and the take profit is below that. So that gives me the letter S-E-T. That lets me know that this particular trade is a sell. All right. Now, just to diverge a little bit, on the scanner, when I click on the scanner, right, your freshest scans are going to come at the top. All I'm looking for when I come to the harmonic scanner is I'm looking at where's C and where is D. If D is below C, I know that this is a buy. If C is below, D is below C, I know it's a buy. If I come down here and I find that C is below D or D is above C, I know it's a sell. So the scanner is telling me, hey, Shanice, listen, right now, at this point in time on the 15-minute time frame for the currency pair, Great Britain pound, Australian dollar, I see a reversal in the market, right? I see that at this point in time, it's going to reverse in the market. You'll learn that in the academy. Well, here's where that reversal is going to take place. And this is where the take profits are going to be. So you can set this trade at this entry in the trade, and you can set these as your take profits. So you can execute 3 trades, make the first one take profit 1, make the second one take profit 2, make the third one take profit 3. That's what this scanner is telling you, right? And we'll do a more deep dive into that a little later. That's about as much as I want to talk about that for right now, okay? Everybody with me so far? Anybody confused? Anybody need me to take a pause and answer any questions up to this point? Everybody good?
No, not good, but there's a but.
Okay.
Could you just repeat that last 1 minute you explained there about that double entry?
Okay, the double entry? Okay. All right. You're a little bit more advanced.
Okay.
All right, so here's what happened. See, Doc, that's Doc, right?
Yeah.
See, Doc has been taking trades. Doc, how much you making your trading account a couple days ago?
Well, I made a couple days ago about $100.
$100+.
100 plus, yes.
This is the same guy that had nothing to do with us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Same guy.
4 years.
Yeah. He over there, him and his wife over there making money. They trading demo right now, right? They can't withdraw the money, but if we made it close as possible to their real account. So what I meant by that, ladies and gentlemen, just to explain what Doc is asking, he says, what do I mean by I'm saying, okay, this first trade, I set it to TP1. This first trade, I set to TP2. This trade, I set to TP3. Is that what you're asking, Doc?
Yeah.
All right, so look, here's what this trade is telling you from the scanner. I'm just gonna kind of take that time to answer that question. So when you get 3 take profits, you can just set this trade and say, okay, I'm gonna get in this trade. I would do a sell. I may send a trade and say, okay, guys, market execution, which means I get in right at what price is right now. All right, and let's say price was right here. So I'm gonna say market execution, sell, S-E-L-L. It's gonna be a sell. I'm gonna say, here's gonna be your entry price, EP. Your entry price is gonna be 1.92837. 8392837, right? All right, so we're gonna set my take profit to the first TP1 at 1.92. Go back 1.9252, right? That's gonna be the take profit, your first take profit. And I'm gonna say it as take profit 1. And then I'm gonna say take profit 2 is gonna be what you see on the screen, 1.92291, all right? And then I'm gonna say take profit 3, oops, TP3, take profit 3, excuse my typing. I do type pretty fast, but not tonight. 1.91925, okay? And then I'm gonna say SL, which is stop loss, is 1.92975, up there where you see stop. 1.92975. Okay. So when you go to execute this trade, right? You're going to execute one trade with 1.9 the entry. I'm just going to put EP, right? You're going to execute that trade with the EP, and then you're going to set TP1. That's going to be one trade, and the stop loss. That's going to be trade number 1. All right. Trade number 2, you're going to set up as EP, same EP number. Your take profit now is going to be take profit 2. Right? And then you're going to set the same stop loss. Your third trade that you're setting up is going to be that same entry price, but your take profit is going to be take profit 3 and the stop loss. Is that making sense, Doc?
Yeah, I kind of see. So basically, it's one trade. It's
one trade. I gave you this trade with 3 take profits, but you're going to execute 3 trades either on your laptop if you trade from your laptop or from your MetaTrader 4 on your phone. So you're going to have 3 trades in your list on your phone that are running at the same time. It's called so you're 3 trades, try trading, if you will. That makes sense?
Yeah. Okay.
And so you're gonna be in ideally around the same point. So when I go to execute that trade, I go pop, set it up again, pop, set it up again, pop. Then I go back in and I modify the trade and put those take profits and the stop loss in. I don't try to put all of it at the same time. I just go and execute the trade at price. Pop, pop, pop. All 3 are sells, and then I go back in and modify the trades. And I'll show you that. All right?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be automatic?
No, you're going to do that manually.
Would that be automatically, or you actually have to do it manually?
You're doing it manually.
Okay, thank you.
You're executing it. You're going to be executing those trades manual. I'm going to give you an example, a live example, just to show you, okay? And I'll come back to that. I'm going to come back to what you just asked there a little later. Any other questions about that at all for now? Okay, good.
One more question. One more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, you actually have to type in the letters entry and stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
literally have to type them in.
Well, you haven't
At
got.
what point you want to enter and what point you want to stop.
Ask the question one more time.
Do you literally have to type in your entry point, where you want to enter and where you want to stop the trade?
If I say market execution, no.
Mm-hmm.
Market execution says get in right where price in. So I'm going to give you a live example, okay?
Okay.
So you asking a great question. That way I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So give me 1 minute and I'm going to share my screen with you here so you can see that live and in living color. All right. 1 minute. Here we go. All right. So let me share my screen with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. All right. So, and now let me share this with you. Let me share my screen. Can everyone see that? Can you
Yes.
see that? All right. All right. So let's say this particular trade over here, I'm just going to use, this is, we're going to use a USDC. I'm going to use NZD USD. NZD USD right now, okay?
Okay.
So we'll find a trade. Let's use USD CH. Is it new? Okay, so the USD CHF, see USD CHF, right? On the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, price is hovering around this 9272 area on USD CHF. So give me 1 minute. And it's what the scanner is telling me, this is looking like it's going to go into a buy direction, right? So now let me share my screen so I can show you how we would execute this trade.
So you're buying low and selling high.
I'm buying low and it's selling high. So you see my screen now? My MetaTrader 4 screen. You all don't have this on your phone just yet, okay? But this is the trading platform. So right now, this trade, everybody wants to start sending me messages. So right now, this trade is still kind of pushing down, right? It's still in a downward motion, but we're still going to execute this trade. So I'm going to get in the trade right now. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to get in this trade and I'm going to hit sell by market 3 times for this trade because I want to execute it 3 times. All right. So what you're looking at, I said market execution right up here. That's saying I want to get in the market right wherever I hit sell or buy.
Okay.
This is my risk. 0.10 represents a mini lot. So that represents, I'm going to risk $1 per yard. We call it pips in the world of Forex. But but a pip, well, that's going to be $1 per pip. And so the scanner is telling me buy, but right now it's got some downward momentum. So we want to catch some of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this sell by market 3 times. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see what happened. Is it I need it? Is it the right trade? Yes, you see it, Jeff. Yeah. Okay. Let me change accounts. Let's use another demo account. Let's go on this one. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to bring up the currency USD CHF right here. And let's see if we got 1. Go here again. 2. Go here again. 3. All right. So you see that USD CHF there 3 times, right?
Right.
I executed that trade 3 times. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go without talking about how to count pips and all that right now. I'm going to set this trade 10 pips below, because right now I'm telling the trade, it looks like you got downward momentum. So let me show you how it looks on the screen here. So let me go to the hour time frame for USD CHF. I'm going to go here, USD CHF. I'm going to look at the chart. Go down to 15 minutes. So you see right there where it says sell, right here where it says sell 0.10. Can y'all see
Right.
my cursor right there?
Yeah.
This is where I got in the trade at 3 times. So I'm in that trade 3 times, and they're all together because I did it 3 times. If I would have staggered, you'll see.
I have a question though. 1 second. Why 3 times?
The reason why it's 3 times, because you remember on the screen, I got 3 different take profits I'm going to set.
Got you. I got you. Got
Yeah.
that.
Right. So now the traders actually want to move in the direction that the scanner said it wants to go. So what happens is that I'm in drawdown $2.78 on each trade. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in now and modify the trade. Now I'm going to go in and set the take profit. So I'm going to set these at least 10 pips below, because I want to go 10 pips or 10 yards, right?
I got you.
So I'm going to set this 10 pips below. I'm going to set this at 97136. You'll learn how to count pips and what have you later. I'm going to set this at 97136. That's 10 pips from where I got in. I'm going to set this at 97136. So let me show you what that did. All right. So now, if I go to a higher time frame, I can get more screen. You see this down here where it says TP?
Right.
I just now set the take profit. So if this trade happens to continue to push down in this direction, if this trade happens to go here and push down to right here at this red line, then it's going to take me out the trade right there with a 10 pip profit. So I'm going to make $10 on each of those trades. Because I risk $1 per pip, but when it moves down here and hit that point, it's going to take me out of the trade and secure my profit in between this space here. So if I get up and go to the kitchen and get some water, or go to the bathroom, or tend to the kids or something like that, and I set my phone down and I forgot the trade was running and it pushed down there, it's going to actually take me out the trade and secure my profit.
Okay, I got you.
That makes sense? But now,
so there is a stop point. It's automatically a stop point.
There is automatically a stop point. And that's what I was saying. And when it was showing you the TP, it was telling you, hey, set this number as your take profit in that trade as your automatic take out the trade point.
Okay.
All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the stop loss. Since I'm looking for the trade to move in this direction, in the southbound direction, in a sell, I'm going to actually set a stop loss about 10 pips above my entry. If it goes northbound, that's not good for me because I'm looking for it to go southbound. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back into the trade. I'm going to press it down. I'm going to modify the trade. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my stop loss. All right. So I'm going to set my stop loss 10 pips above. If it moves back 10 pips, take me out the trade. I'm willing to lose that 10 pips. So I already know that that was going to be 336 because my entry point was 97236. I'm going to set the stop loss at 97336, 10 pips above it.
Okay.
All right. So this is what that did. So you see this red line up here?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't there before. So what I just told the trade is, look, if you happen to go in the opposite direction, from where I got in the trade, once you get to right here, take me out of that trade automatically. I'm okay with that loss. Does that make sense?
No, you just lost me. Can
Okay.
you do one more time? Repeat one more time.
All right. What I just said was that, hey, if I'm going, let's put it this way. Let's say Nevlon was standing in front of you, directly in front of you, and you were standing southbound in your house, right?
Right.
He was standing next in front of you. If you go to Nevlon, Nevlon has $10 for you. He's 10 steps away from you.
Okay.
He says, look, bring me, Claudette, bring me $1. I'm going to give you $10.
Right, because it's 10 steps I have to take. You got it.
Now,
But if I go back in the house,
nope, if you go,
I lose $10.
Lyle is standing behind you and he's standing northbound. He's standing behind you. He's standing north of you.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you turn around and you go towards Lyle. Lyle is saying, look, if you come to me, you got to bring me $10. So now,
Okay.
you actually wanted to go towards Nevlin, but for some reason you turned around and you went toward Lyle. So now you got to give up $10 versus make $10.
I got that.
You got that? That's all that's
Yeah.
saying. That's saying, look,
That's it?
that's it.
Okay.
So you're protecting your account, because if Lyle wasn't there, you could take off, go out the house, go get in the car, drive way across town, right? As farther away you get from Nevlon is the more money that you're losing.
Got you.
So if you don't have someone to block you from going out the door, then you would lose more money. But because Lyle is there, he's protecting the money, that he's minimizing the amount of money that you could lose.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Lots of sense.
Did that help anyone else? I guess I didn't get no amen out of that one. Okay.
Amen, Michael. I would like to have a recording on this one. That right there, that one right there, you know? Yeah.
All right. So thanks for asking that question, because that, a lot of people don't get that. And I can tell you, listen, transparency, it took me a while to get some of these concepts. It took me, and so there's so much information that you're going to be receiving. Don't feel different that as you get overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. Marlene was overwhelmed. All the traders that you saw on the call earlier, we were overwhelmed. But the more we stayed with it, everything started to come, all the moving parts started to come together, right? And now all of a sudden, you're starting to have conversations like you've been trading for years, right? So buying versus selling. We're done with this. Buying versus selling, I think I got it. These are different order types. Market execution, that's what we did when we executed those trades. We said, get in where price is. We don't care. We want to get in right where price is, so we hit the sell button. Or you could have hit the buy button to go the other direction, right? So Claudette hit the sell button to go in the direction that Nevlon was going. Really, the scanner told us to go towards Lyle, but we got in a trade going towards Nevlon, all right? So pending orders are you saying, look, price, I know that you are, I'm gonna use Claude as an example, right? Price is outside in the garage or outside in the driveway. So Claudette is standing in the house. Nevlon is southbound, and Lyle is northbound. But price is coming from behind Lyle into the house, coming to pick up Claudette, right? But it boomerangs, it picks up Claudette and turns around and go right back outside. That would be considered a buy limit, because the price was coming from above where she is to pick her up and then turn around and take her back out the house towards the cart. That's a buy limit. A sell limit would be that, hey, price is coming from where Nevlon is, and price is going to actually pick Claudette up and turn around and go back in the direction where Nevlin was and continue to head south. So that would be a sell limit. And all you're saying is, look, I'm standing here waiting on you to come pick me up. Depending on which direction you're coming from, I got to set a certain type of pending order as well. And I'll show you a pictorial example of that again. That's what that means. Stop means what I talked about, a stop limit, a limit order. A limit order means, okay, we're going to boomerang. A buy stop means that, hey, price, you're coming from behind Lyle from the driveway, pick up Claudette and keep going towards Nevlin. That is what we would consider a sell stop. We're moving towards Nevlin. If price came from behind Nevlin, came to Claudette and picked her up and kept going towards Lyle, that would be what we call a buy stop. Make sense? So one is a sell stop, one is a buy stop. So a limit order is a boomerang. A stop is a continuation. Here's a pictorial view of that I just explained with the limit. Price is above where you want to get in the trade, comes down, picks you up, and turn around and go in the opposite direction. A stop is price is above you, and it picks you up and it keeps going in that direction. And so these concepts, when you get in the academy, they're going to kind of crystallize for you to just kind of help you to understand what that means. Did I lose anybody? And if somebody say I didn't, you're telling the story in yourself, because I couldn't get this for a long time. Everybody got it or didn't get it?
Got it.
All right, got it. So this is just showing you the different order types. We did a market execution. We just got in as a buy or sell at the present market price. And then the pending orders is just what I explained, right? I can do a limit, orders just waiting. Let me just show you what a limit is, right? Real quick on my phone. I just happen to have one in this particular trade that we're in. So if you look in this trade right now, you see that gold trade, XAU USD? See that trade? Everybody see that trade and it says orders right there? See, it says orders, right? What I did was I set a sell limit. So my expectation is that price was at the bottom of where I wanted to be. It's going to come up and put me in the trade. So right now, price was down here. It's pushing up right here where I wanted to pick me up. My expectation is that now price is going to go back this way and hit my take profit. Does that make sense? Can I get a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all I did. So now
You
price
repeat
is,
one more time.
okay. Right here, I did a sell limit order, right? I said, go right now. I know you're down here. You're south of me right now. My expectation is that you're going to come north. When you get to bus stop 1.1711.98, I want to get on the bus, but I want you to take me back to where you came from.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this is saying. Price was down here when I got in that trade, right down here. It moved up, and it's moving up, it's getting ready to put me in that trade shortly. My expectation is where it is that it's going to turn around, put me in, activate my trade, and then take me down here and hit my take profit. Take me out, drop me off at my stop.
Gotcha.
That make sense?
Yep.
Okay. That's what a sell limit is. Right? A buy limit would have been this. A buy limit was price was right here. Price was coming down, coming down, coming down. Boom. Hit where I was, and then it made a decision to go in the opposite direction. So when you get your fingers working for you here, right? So price now made a decision to go this direction. Does that make sense? That would be a buy limit. Gotcha. All righty. Come back over here. See what else I want to cover here. That's okay. So you would buy the pair if you believe the base value will increase. You would sell the pair if you think the base currency will decrease. All right. Here's what this means. You see GBP, USD.
Mhm.
If GBP is strong, means that right now that currency is much stronger than the Great Britain US dollar, then our expectation is that the currency is going to go, it's going to actually move in a buy direction. Because the GBP is stronger than the USD, it's going to cause the seesaw to go like this. Does that make sense? So it's going to move the currency in a buy direction. So I'm going to show you a chart how we know if that's going to happen, since we're doing a deep dive here. So there's a chart, a place we go to, you'll learn as part of your fundamentals. If I go here right now, if you look at the GBP, you see how many bars on this GBP? Everybody with me?
Yes,
Okay. How many bars do we see on the US dollar?
that's one.
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 If you were sitting on that seesaw, if I was GBP and you were USD, what do you think that seesaw gonna do? Shanice, if you were sitting on USD and I'm sitting on GBP, which direction you think you would go?
I'll go to the US dollar.
No, you're gonna go buy, right? You're gonna go up in the air, right?
Okay, so I'm going up. Okay.
So that's gonna be a buy.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Yep.
But if
Uh,
if it was GBP, yes. Somebody said something?
No, go ahead.
Okay. But if it was AUD USD and I'm sitting on US dollar and you're on AUD, it's going to actually move it into a sell. It's going to move the Australian dollar into a sell. So if you were selling the Australian dollar versus the US dollar,
mhm.
then you would know the AUD is strong. It's on the quote side of this trade. It's on this side of the currency pair. On the quote side, the US dollar is on the GBP side. It's weak. Now, when I execute the trade, my expectation is that I'm going to go in a sell.
Okay.
Because now, if I'm sitting on AUD US, it's going to tilt it that way.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we're actually buying low and selling
You're
high.
still buying low and selling high, whether you buy it as a sell or a low. You're still trying to get it at the highest price. If it's going to go down to the sell, you wait till it gets to its lowest point and try to come out of that trade, or you just determine how many pips you want to make in that trade.
Okay.
So I set that trade we were looking at for 10 pips. It may go 100 pips. I only want 10 pips out of 100. So I can determine how much I want to make out of that trade. Okay. All right. And trust me, this will come together. All come together for you. All right. So what is a pip? Pip has many different percentages in price interest point. Most of the time you'll hear it as price interest point. It's a unit of measurement used to express the change in value between two currencies. That's what's called a pip. So if the Euro USD moves from 1.2550 to 1.251, that means that it moved 1 pip. The 51 and the 50 moved to 51. That's 1 pip that moved, 1 yard. So if I risk $1 a pip, I just made $1.
Okay.
Okay. So somebody said, well, how soon can I make $1,000? Well, if your account was large enough that your risk is $1,000 a pip and it moved 1 pip, guess how much money you made?
Make $1,000.
In one tick. Does that make sense?
Just the same, if it falls, you lose $1,000 back again. So
Exactly. And now always remember, You don't lose unless you close out the trade at a loss.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because,
So anytime you're buying or you're trading, you always hit a closeout point, a stop point.
yes, because we're going to give you a stop point. Yes, you want to pick that because if you get busy, as you become more proficient, you may not sell and take profit in your trading. But when we set out a trade or you take a trade from the harmonic scanner, you want to put that take profit in there in the event something happens. You get a phone call, you forget you in the trade.
Okay.
So if the market makes a sudden move, you want to make sure your money is protected.
You got it.
Okay. So although I'm negative in these trades right now, guess what? If I press down to close the trade out, it closed. It's going to ask me, do you want to close this trade with a loss? No, I don't. So I'm hanging in the trade. It's going to let that trade do what it's going to do. That trade is either going to hit my take profit or it's going to hit my stop loss. I've already made
Yeah, but it's a gamble.
Huh?
That seems like a gamble.
It is a gamble. Any trading is a risk. You want to hear something profound?
Sure.
When you buy a house, it's a risk. You gambling. You just get to stay in a little bit as long.
But that's real estate.
Well, let me help you to understand real estate. How many people said that when 2008 happened?
True.
So when you, whether it's real estate, whether it's foreign currency, if there's a risk. I was a real estate professional for 7 years, full time, but I'm also a real estate investor.
Okay.
I lost 7 figures of liquid cash flow in 2008.
Okay.
But somebody would say it's real estate. You know, you can never go wrong with real estate. Well,
You did go wrong.
some things happen out of that's not in your control. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay.
I hear that.
All right. So a pip is so now every other pair, your GBP, CHF, anything that ends in JPY looks a little different. You notice the numbers look a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
their pip is in a different place than all your other pairs. So if you're trading Euro
Why?
JPY, 1 is the pip in this trade. So you see it's got 3 numbers on the other side of it versus 5 numbers. That's the way the currencies are. The dollar value for the currency. So in this scenario, the 6 and the 8 for each of these pips, these are what you call pipettes. You hear about it in the training, right? You don't count those, the pipettes. The 6 and the 8, your pip is the 1. In this one, your pip is the 4. So if this moved to 7176, 121.76, how many pips did that trade move? If it moved from 71 to 76, how many again, if it moved from 71 to 76, how many pips did it move?
7-1.
Okay. It moved 5 pips.
5?
Right.
Exactly. 5 pips.
7-1 minus 6.
Remember? So 7-1,
Yeah.
5 pips makes it 7-6.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Now here's the trick question.
Hold on though. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. If that moves to 7-6, then the second becomes 8.
The who? No.
Isn't that so?
No.
No?
If it goes from 121.71 to 121.76, how many pips did it move?
5.
Okay, so it went to 7-6.
Okay, good. But then again, when we're talking about the last 3 numbers, right?
Not the last 3 numbers.
And if
Just
the
remember,
last 2 numbers.
last to the 7 and the 1. Forget the 6.
Okay.
Right? You'll get it. Now, let me give you an example. Let's go back to the reading over here, right? It says if Euro USD moves from 1.2250, and you notice it typically has 5 digits. In this example, it only gave you 4 because they know that the 8 is insignificant, right?
Okay.
If it goes from 12250 to 1.2251, that is how many pips? 1 pip.
Okay.
That's 1 pip. So if it goes from 7.1 to 7.6, that's 5 pips.
Okay.
Okay. If it moves 7.1 to 7.6, it moves in a bi-direction. If it moves 7.1 to 6.6, 121.66, that's 5 pips as well, correct?
Mhm.
But it's 5 pips in the sell direction.
Mhm.
Right, I got that.
Got it? Oh, y'all a quick study,
Mhm.
right? This right here, this concept that you're picking up, this is one of the hardest concepts for most people to learn in trading Forex, is how to count the pips. Now, we have tools on the MetaTrader 4. We have tools on the ways you can count the pips. You don't have to be a math scientist to know this, right? We have things that help count the pips for you. So let me give you an example. If I'm in, let's see, not to get too deep. New share. All right, so you see that chart? It's a beautiful looking chart. Ooh, some money in this chart right here. All right. You see this thing over here?
Right.
It says measure.
Right.
If I click on that, all I have to do is put my cursor right here and move it up to where I want it to go. And you see the number 694.6. See,
Okay.
694 is that number that in blue, 694.6. You see that number?
Right.
Yep.
That tells you how many
That
pips,
moves,
how many pips that
that
is.
trade moves 66 pips.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
That thing looks like a little move, right?
Mhm.
If I move it all the way up here, that trade moved 4,433 pips.
Okay.
So this tool will measure it for you,
Mhm.
right? And
Okay.
you'll get to the point where you know you can count it yourself. But I just don't want anyone to have a phobia. It's like, oh my God, I may not be able to calculate that. You don't have to. It's when you're looking at your chart or on the harmonic scanner, that's available to you. Okay. All right. So let me go to the next. I think this may be the next to last slide. All right. We talked about this a little bit, but we actually trade. What helps us calculate money in the chart is our risk, which is called lot size, right? So for every $100, you want to trade with a 0.01, a micro lot, right? Which is 10 cents per pip.
Right.
If I have $200 in my account, I can trade at up to 0.02, which is 20 cents a pip.
Okay.
When I get to $1,000 in my account, I now can take a trade with the proper risk at 0.10, which is $1 per pip.
Okay.
I don't get to the point to where I can get a little bit more risky until I have about $10,000 in my account where it's good risk management. Not to say you can't take it before then, where there's good risk management to where you can risk a standard lot. This is where people want to get to in their trading, where they're trading standard lots at $1, which is $10 a pip. Let's talk about how that turns into money. Y'all want to talk about the money? All right, here we go. So let's say
That's
that
understandable.
that's understandable, right? Now
Yep.
let me show you what that means to you money wise. Let's say, Miss Claudette, got in this trade right here. Can you see that line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Claudette says, woo, this trade gonna move, girl. It's gonna move, right? And she decides to get out of the trade. She set a trade to take profit right here. And that trade moved 54 pips, 55 pips. All right. So Miss Claudette, if you risk 10 cents a pip and it moved 55 pips, you just made $5.50 right there. Make sense? Now, for some people, that doesn't seem like, for some people that doesn't seem like a whole lot of money, right? When I mention that to them, but I say, hold up, how many dimes you can find in your house if every time you came to me with a dime, I gave you $5.50 back?
Isn't that something? That's so true.
Right? You'd be,
But then it's a safe bet.
it's
It's a safe trade.
safe trade, right? Now,
Yep.
if Claudette account could handle $1 pip and it moved the same distance, she would be making $55 in that same move.
Yeah.
If Claudette account could handle $1 standard lot per pip, she would have made $540 in the same move. So Claudette, think about this. If you actually got to the point to where your account can handle that, let me show you the power of this. Let's say now your account is at the point where you can take one trade for the day and it moves 50 pips and you're risking your lot size of 1.00, which equals to $10 per pip times 55 pips. That equals $550, right? That you make. Now, let's just say you traded Monday through Friday. So that's 20 days in the month, right?
Right.
How much money you just made for the month?
I can't count that.
Right.
That's 20 times 55. 555.
Isn't that $11,000?
Right, Yep.
You just
That's
made
money.
You just made $11,000 for the month.
That's nice money.
And it took you, and just using this trade, it took you 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours to make that $550. How many people you know making $550 in 3 hours? Legally.
3 hours. I know people do that in a day. But not 3 hours now. Unless you're
Hold
an
on.
attorney.
So that's the power of Forex, guys. 3 hours, you're done trading for the day if that's your goal. So people say, do I have to be in front of the charts all day long? Absolutely not. You identified GBP USD is one of the pairs I love to trade, right? You heard Marlene said this is one of our pairs. So 3 hours, I'm done trading. I go do something else for the day. And I do that every day. That's a $10,000, $11,000 a month. How many guys can get through the weekend on $10,000, $11,000? Till times get better.
Definitely.
So this chart here is just kind of now giving you an idea of what I explained. If it moved 20 pips at a standard lot, you made 200. If it moved 40 pips, you made 400. If it moved 60 pips, you made 600. If you risk this amount, so this chart will be available to you all as well. You'll learn this in the class, but is this helping anyone? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you send that out to everyone? Like,
I'll send it. I'll make sure. I gotta make sure I get all you all in the chat too, so I can send it. I'll put it in the chat for you. Okay. So I'll make sure I get your phone numbers from you, and make sure I add you to our WhatsApp group.
And one of the things, Michael did was show the power of the compound daily income, you know, and that really, you know, drove it home for me, you know. Seeing that was just, you know, mind-boggling.
Yeah. I'm going to show them. I'll
Michael,
show
can
them
you
in
go
the
over the
trading plan.
compound again?
Miss Claudette, I'm sorry, I missed your question.
Can you go over the compound interest again?
Yeah, I'm going to
Or
show.
is basic compound interest as compound interest goes?
I'm going to show you that in a
Basic
trading.
calculation.
I'll show you that in a trading plan. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you have a trading plan. So this is what I just explained, just showing you on the chart. Okay.
Right.
So this is the last slide. 10 simple trading rules. Trade on your demo until you have a profitable strategy. A lot of people come and say, okay, I'm ready to make money. I'm ready to make money. Or they win on the demo account 1 or 2 times. All right, I'm ready to trade. No, you're not. You're getting ready to meet Mike Tyson in the ring. Right?
And get beat up.
You know, we're not sending you another Mike Tyson. You're not ready for him, right? So we want to make sure that you're comfortable entering, exiting trades. Right? I had a person thought they knew they were ready to trade. Do you know they didn't know how to close out a trade? They were up $11,000 in the trade and didn't know how to close it. So do not trade when you're stressed, emotional, or distracted. Do not trade when you're stressed, emotional, or distracted. There's going to be plenty of time to make money in the market. Trading is 90% emotional and mindset, 10% technical. Okay?
Got it.
Stick to one pair in the beginning and very gradually expand out into a second or third. Otherwise, you become a jack of all pairs and a master of none.
I hear that.
All right? Don't be that trader that trader. Focus and master. I got people that only thing they trade is gold. I got people all thing they trade is Euro USD. They don't look at another pair. All right? And they are very, very, very profitable. All right.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How is uranium traded?
Say that again now.
Uranium.
I don't know because I don't trade those commodities.
Okay.
Okay. I trade forex currency pairs. I trade some metals. Gold is the only metal I trade. There are some exotic pairs that's tradable. I just don't trade them.
Okay.
Okay. Be patient. Did I say be patient?
Yeah.
I think I said be patient.
Be
right?
consistent.
But no, did
Yeah.
I say be patient?
No, you didn't, but I'm reading it.
Okay. Be patient, guys. Be patient with yourself. Do not come in this thinking you're going to get rich in your next 6 months. Do not come here thinking you're going to get rich in your next 12 months. It is possible. That could be a goal, but everybody's skill level, everybody's learning style is different. So if you hear us talk about someone who's made millions of dollars in 30 days, they're not the norm. Right? God can do anything but fail, but I want to set the right expectation. It's going to take some consistency, as you just said, being consistent and being patient. Right? The challenge with most people that they don't get there fast enough is because of those two things. They're not consistent and they're not patient with themselves in developing a strategy that fits them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Be prepared to lose some trades. You will lose. You will absolutely lose trades, but you can control how much you lose. Okay? So if Shani, right? Did I say that correct?
Shanice.
Shanice, I'm sorry.
It's
Shanice,
okay, no problem.
Shanice, if Shanice actually has, oh, Shanice, I'm saying if you have $1,000 in your account, you're not going to be risking the whole 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in there to give you some buffer room.
Right.
We're teaching you how to just carve out a piece of that and trade that and grow it. All right, that's what I'm going to show you the plan.
Gotcha.
Okay. No failure, no progress. Use demo. There's a gentleman that is a multiple 5-figure trader per day. And he demoed for 1 full year until he developed his skills, his emotions, his patience, right? But now he can command 5 figures in 1 day.
Wow.
How many people would demo for a year? Saying, man, I ain't made no money. Man, you still demoing? Right. You'd make up the time. Risk 1 micro lot, as I stated here. We talked about that. Spend 90% of your time studying, 10% of your time executing. I spend more time, guys, right here. I spend more time right here than I do trading. Studying. Listen to the educators. Learning, honing my craft, learning something new. That's what I do, right? Because I just showed you in that one trade, that example did with Claudette, it took her 3 hours to make $500. She done trading for the day. That is easier said than done. Because now you're saying, ooh, I just made $500 in 3 hours. Shoot, the market's still open. Let me see what else I can find. And as soon as you get in that trade, guess who show up? Mike Tyson. Show up and says, I told
Muhammad
you.
Ali came up from the dead.
I'm saying it in a joking way, but guys, it's so true. I told a good friend of mine that he's the leader of your organization. He was trading one day and he showed me what he made. I said, hey, don't get back in the trade. You're done trading for the day. He's like, why? I said, because you done trading. You met your goal, right? He said, yeah, I'm exceeding my goal. Guess what he did later on that night? Got back in the trade. Guess what he did? He gave all his profits back. Gave all his profits back and more.
Mm.
Right? Never forget, trading is 90% mental and 10% skill. Okay. So, so let me do a new share. Everybody good so far?
Yes. Yep.
So far, yes.
All right. So I'm gonna take. I don't want to keep y'all in here long. So let me go over here. Oh, let me do what I'm gonna do something Lau asked me to do, real quick. So now I'm gonna show you a trading plan. Trading plan. Where did my stuff go? Trading plan. So I'm going to share this screen with you. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
You good? All right. So Shanice, I'm just going to use you as an example, hypothetical. Just off the cuff, about how much money do you think you would be willing to risk that's riskable for you that won't hurt you and your family?
500.
Okay, so we put 500 in the account, all right? 500. So now 500 is here, but we're only going to trade it like it's $250 in the account. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So now what this chart is saying, look, for Shanice, the proper risk based on what she has in the account is a 0.03, right? You remember I said for every 100, 0.01, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the proper risk. She can go with a low risk, medium risk, or high risk relative to what she has in the account, what she's trading with. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And based on her risk and what her daily goal is, this chart is designed and set up for a person Our goal here is to have you to make 50% of your account in the week. Each week, grow your account by 50%. Does that make sense? So we want this account to grow by what's that, $1.20, well, $125. Is that right? Yeah, $125. We want this account to grow by in the week. So if we're trading 5 days, then if she has a risk of $1.30 a pip, all she needs is 20 pips to meet our goal of $25. Is that making sense?
Yep.
If she's risking at $1 a pip, she needs 25 pips. Come in one trade, like the one we showed in the example. It could come in 2 trades, so forth, right? So it gives you an idea of what your daily pip goal should be to meet your goal of $25. Now, at the end of the week, that 250 is going to turn into 375 if we're making $125 for the week. You put this same 250 in your bank checking account, it's going to be less than 100 at the end of the year, right? So at the end of the week, guess what? You're going to withdraw $37.50 because you're going to pay yourself first. And the remaining balance, you're going to roll it into your account the next week. So now you're going to be trading at $337.50 the next week.
Gotcha.
So now what we'll do is we'll come up here, we'll put $337.50 so we can identify what should be my risk this week to now grow my account by 50%. That's all you're doing. Okay, so I've been trading at the high risk. Okay, I'm gonna trade at 0.17 each trade. Now, if you twin trade, I executed 3 trades, right? So what I would need to do is to break up that 0.17 and divide it by 3. If I was executing 3 trades. Because I'm risking, that should be my risk for 1 trade to meet my goal of 20 pips. Does that make sense? If I'm doing 2 trades, I divide that by 2. So now I know what my goal should be for the week, what my risk is going to be for the week, each trade that I trade. So now at the end of that week, my account should end at 506.25. I'm going to withdraw $50 from that, right? So the total now that I have withdrawn from the account is $88 that I've withdrawn from the account in those 2 weeks to spend on what I ever want to spend it on. But now I actually got $750 and 700 and something in the account because 250 I didn't risk. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So at the end of just each week, just trying to grow my account by 50%. At the end of 8 weeks, well, how many weeks? 4 weeks. At the end of 8 weeks, that 250 now is sitting at $2,000. But you've actually withdrawn a total of all total withdrawn, and you've withdrawn 1,000 out of that.
Okay.
Because you ended the week with 3,000, but you've taken out 1,000, took out 306 for the week. So your total withdrawal so far is 1,074. So you're paying yourself back, and you're doing some things with it, and you're growing your account as well. See how this trading plan works?
Right. Yep.
It's beautiful. So now, as you get to the point to where you grow it to about, let's say we get it to 12,367.42. 12,367.42. Big baller status now. Look at your risk per pip now. So now you're trading at $6. $6 is at $6 and $60.18 in 18. I think $60.18, something like that. Okay. You trading at $60. $60 a pip. It goes 20 pips. You just made $1,236 in 3 hours.
Okay.
Or 2 hours or 1 hour. See why it's good to be patient? Because that small start out seems small, but as you grow your account, you now are able to now that same trade that you built consistency and patience in taking, you're now taking it the same way, but you're able to now take on more risk and get more reward.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Trading and making $1,000 a day, 20 days, it's a good month.
Definitely.
That's what this trading plan is doing. Just all you're looking to do is just grow your account by 50% a week.
50%.
Make sense? 50% a week. That's what this is doing.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody good so far?
Yes, sirree.
Did I get anybody excited? Or y'all sleepy?
I'm super
Excited.
excited.
Listen, Elias couldn't even sleep after I showed him that.
I remember that's what got him going. He's like, is that even possible?
He couldn't believe it. It's like, no way. Now he's trading, making $2,000 in his demo account, almost 3, right? With one of our educators, which I'm going to show you. So over here on our Go Live channel, you're going to identify 2 traders. We're going to help you identify 2 traders that you're going to follow. Now you're going to find you can follow them, and you can maybe look at some others and find 2 traders that appeal to you, right? So right now we got a trader going on right now. Can I get into Owen? I don't have his platform, so I may not be able to get in his. Do I? Okay. Owen Wright, powerful educator out of Atlanta. This guy right here used to be a janitor and security guard, working a security guard job and a janitor, 2 jobs. Today, one of the top educators on this platform, free, retired his wife, moved to Atlanta from New York. Amazing, right? So this is Mr. Owen Wright. Incredible. So this is our live training. So you'll identify.
It's a guide. So just in case the market decides to come all the way back into the zone like this.
That's our Go Live channel. So you got educators that are teaching you real time, or if you can't be on the session, it's actually recorded for you. This was a session that I was on, Christopher Derrick.
Why it would happen the way that it does. Giving the first entry, stop loss and take profit for both sides, going either if it goes into a downtrend.
He keeps trading real simple. You'll learn this, nothing difficult about this as well. So that's our Go Live channel that has different educators on it. And so for brand new customers on Go Live, let me show you how I got there. Let me exit out of here, show you how I got there. So what I did was I came in and I typed golive.im, put in my username and password. And what I did was logged in, and it brought me to this right here, different educators. Manny Quinones, every one of these individuals are powerful. He's a chairman 25 in the company. She's a chairman 10 in the company. He's a chairman 10 in the company. Kim is a multiple 6-figure earner trading US 30, the Dow, right? I don't know what her platinum rank is, but she is amazing. So she's the most viewed educator right now for the week. So you would come to Forex Basics, click on Forex Basics, and then one of the educators I recommend for you, for a brand new person, this couple right here, New Trader Orientation, Chance and Samantha, good friends. They used to live right here in Miami. They moved out to Denver, educators, and also Abel Melendez. Awesome when it comes to talking structure. Abel Melendez, okay? Now, one other educator I recommend as it relates to the harmonic scanner. So all I'm gonna do is go back out to the main page, right? And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to harmonics. See harmonics right here? I'm going to click on harmonics. The guy who was just talking with that kind of like late night voice, that's Christopher Derrick. He was the only, when I joined the business outside the CEO, he was the only educator we have. And today we got 100 plus educators. Amazing young man, right? Amazing. We watched him turn $64 into $60,000 in about 8 hours. Doing what you just saw him draw on the screen. So Christopher Derrick is one.
Could I get some 7-7s?
He said he hated he did that video, right? He had some people that were doubting his skills and saying it was fake. And he says, you know what? I'm going to show this real time. He showed it just live trade. Okay. So Videsh Adimola, powerful educator as it relates to the harmonic scanner as well. This is a gentleman that I follow quite a bit on the harmonic scanner. And he has a strategy that I absolutely love that I will teach. You can go ahead, it's called Under the Radar, using the harmonic scanner. Just let you hear his voice.
Selling, but it's telling us to buy. How do we know it's time to buy? Yeah?
Claudette, how is it that I heard you ask that question in my mind?
That's what you're trying to ask yourself.
Yes, I did ask.
You want to actually identify and validate that it is in fact in a sell mode. People have an uptrend for you. Broken. So that is how powerful the trend line can be. This one.
So he's going to walk you through how to really use that tool, the harmonic scanner. Listen, let the harmonic scanner become your friend. It's giving you the trades all day long. What he's going to show you, what I'm going to show you, not necessarily on tonight, but I'm going to show you how to now begin to use this tool. It finds trades for you, but how to now use it and maximize on it. Okay? How to maximize in the trading. Now, IM.Center is where you need to be going next. IM.Center is the academy. So how did I get to IM.Center? Let me log out and show you, if you haven't already been there. So what you're going to do, you're going to type in IM.Center, or you can always access it from your back office. And you're going to log in with your username and password. Everybody seeing my screen?
Mm-hmm.
What you're going to do now, my recommendation, I think I'm going to make sure everybody Lau and Nevlin gets that first 48-hour follow-up, because it walks them through this. But I have a document that you're going to get. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to show you what that document looks like.
That's where I've been.
You did this?
Yeah, that's where I've been working on.
Oh, that's great. You're in a good spot. Right there. I placed something, I think, in the Wolfpack group, I think. Let's see if I did. There we go. Let me go there, and I just want to show you this, and then we're going to wrap up. Give me a moment. Desktop. Let me go PowerPoint trainings, PDF trainings. Go to handbook. Here we go. I posted this in the group already, but I may have to post it again. What are you all seeing on your screen right now? Can everyone see that right there? This is a handbook that's going to walk you through how to go through the academy, the IM.Center. So it tells you exactly where to go. It tells you how to access the classes. It shows you that you get video training, the videos. Shows you how you can scroll down and add comments in there if you want to. If there's something you see that's broken or something, so the staff can fix it. Once you complete an item, you just click return to curriculum, and it'll take you now to look at the next section. It'll test you, get tested out to each section just to see how you comprehend the information. So the test looks like, right? And it'll allow you to go into the next section. So
And that's what I've been working on.
that's good. How far have you gotten, Ms. Claudette?
I think stage 2.
You're on set, which one?
The second one. I did the first one already. I passed the first one.
Okay.
I'm doing the second one.
All right. So when everyone here gets through the 100, some of you already gotten through, but some of our newest team members, once you get through the 100 and 200 series, then I want to come back together and do a deeper dive into some things, because what I realize is that if I overwhelm you with a whole lot of information now, it's not beneficial to you, right? So once you've gotten through the 100 and 200 series, some of the things that we've already discussed, it will crystallize for you. And then I can start talking about some deeper, not too technical, but some things, terminology that I'll use that'll make sense to you, okay? We've gone over this. I went over this for you, right? You know how to get to go live. This is actually that Pip Talk. Pip Talk is just really a way for us to communicate. So let's say Shani has a certain, she always want to communicate if Videsh sends something to his customers, right? She can enroll in Pip Talk. It's not no additional cost for that. And it's kind of like a specific Telegram group for Harmonic Scanner, or a specific Telegram group for Videsh to talk to his students. So it's a way now you'll get an alert. I was getting some alerts earlier on my phone, Pip Talk channels that I subscribe to, so I can get the fresh, updated information from the educators, okay? That's what that's designed to do. And that's how that post comes. Pip Talk, new post. There's been a post in IM form, check it out. So it's letting you know, hey, listen, there's a new post in this particular chat, go check it out. This particular chat right here, I am informed, is the corporate chat. So if the corporation is sending out something to the field, they'll put it there, and then they'll send it out in an email to the email address on file. All right, guys. So I think I deep dived you enough tonight. Was that beneficial?
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay.
Very,
Mhm.
thank you.
Absolutely. George, how about you, sir? Wes?
Oh yeah, it was very beneficial.
Fantastic, fantastic. So one of the things I'll do, focus on getting through the 100 and 200 series. And then what I want to do is, once you've gotten that done, how many of you all don't have your phones set up for trading just yet?
I don't think I do.
Okay, how about you, Miss Claudette?
No, I didn't.
How many of y'all here have Androids or iPhones?
iPhones.
iPhone?
I've got
Which
an
is-
iPhone.
iPhones? Wes, you got an iPhone as well?
Yeah, I do.
Jorge, how about you, sir? Okay, Android. No, it doesn't matter whether it's an Android or iPhone. I just want to know. In the group, I want to make sure I get everyone in the Wolfpack group put in, and that WhatsApp group. And I want to make sure that any videos for setting up your Android for trading or setting up your iPhone for trading, that video is very self-sufficient. You can walk through it, stop it, and you can have your phone set up, your MetaTrader 4 ready for trading. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. It'll walk you through verbatim, right? And if there's any things that we need to get clarity on, Neville will tell you, or Lyle will tell you, we can do an impromptu session so I can make sure everybody's on the same page, and that way you can move, continue to move forward. Okay. All right. Who's excited? Who's excited?
Excited, excited.
I am.
Excellent.
I'm very excited.
And I'm excited for you. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let me introduce you as we get ready to close out. I want to introduce you to two incredible people. I love them to life. We've been together for many years now. I was talking about earlier, that company in 2012, we locked arms together, and you know, we've cried together, laughed together, played together, bowled together, you know, kids hanging out together. And they're platinum 1,000 leaders here in the company. They have a global business, excellent traders as well. And that's George and Charlene Nelson. They're right here in South Florida. So any presentation that you do, you'll see Charlene. You know, a lot of times she's doing those presentations. So they tag team between the girls. Who's watching the girls and keeping an eye on them? So Charlene and George, can you guys, hopefully, I don't know how you're looking behind the screen, but if you can unmute yourself or turn on your video, so the team can meet you. Anybody there? All right, cool.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. I saw you earlier.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. You know, what you just saw is just incredible. Thank you for Mr. Stotts for sharing all the information. And, you know, I would just say, you know, just be coachable and teachable, and just know that, you know, we're always going to be here for you, right? And, you know, meeting the Stotts in 2012, it was destiny, right? It was destiny, and it's really going to determine your success, our success, you know, if we just stay close to the information like I Am Mastery Academy, and close to the leadership, and just block out all the noise.
Fantastic, man. Mr. Nelson, you got anything to say, my man?
Absolutely. I want to say good evening and good night to everyone. Wow. Listen, I have to turn on my camera for this one. It was like I was starting all over again. Mr. Stotts, you really rocked this call, and the way you explained everything, you know, I had some aha moments. You know, I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome. You know, so I was in training with you guys. Even though I've been in the business, I'm a seasoned trader like my wife. You know, I was sitting here taking notes just like you guys. So listen, it's never too late to learn more. It's always great to learn more. You guys are always gonna learn more, no matter how much you know. There is going to be an aha moment when you're gonna learn even more. So put on your seatbelts, strap it up, and let's enjoy this ride together, guys. We are here for you. Let's get this done. Let's go.
All right, my man. Well, thank you all so much. Any other questions before we close out, or comments? Was it good for everybody?
Yep, yes, yep.
Fantastic.
Very, thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Have a great evening.
Was it recorded, Mr. Stotts, for anyone that missed it?
Yep, it's recorded. It's absolutely recorded. So I'm going to be getting that out. I'm going to get that to Mr. Flo, and Charlene and George, I'll share with you all as well.
Thank you.
Okay. And so, Mr. Flo, Lyle, man, excited, super excited. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. And I'll coordinate with Lyle and Mr. Flo as to when we get together. So once we put you in the group chat, got questions, you know, we entertain questions. If you need to inbox me directly, feel free to do so. We're accessible. All right. If I don't get to you right away, if I don't get to you within a couple of hours, I didn't get it. All right. I normally try to be responsive. Okay. God bless everyone. Good night. Stay safe.